Join your palm together, and now we recite the name of the Buddha 3 times before the class. Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Nam mô Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni Phật. Hi, Tuvam. How are you today? Okay. So you want the class in Vietnamese or in English? Okay, what's your idea? Do you want me to talk in English? In English? But I heard that some of you, your Vietnamese is really good, right? So sometimes, actually from my perspective, learning in English is okay, but I hope you learn something in Vietnamese and something related to the Vietnamese culture. And also, because I believe American culture, the thing that you learn at school and also from các anh chị huynh trưởng, there's a lot of things already. Your leader skill, like the living skill and whatever that you learn from the school already. So on my class, I'm not only teaching Buddhism, but also like I would like to introduce something about the Vietnamese culture, the Buddhist culture, the Buddhist practice. Is that okay with you? So sometime I will, talk something about the Vietnamese culture, like how we think to be Buddhist in our culture and how we behave in our temple. Because in here, you can see we have a lot of quý bác, đúng không? Các cô, các chú, các bác. So we also need to learn some manner, how to treat them in a Vietnamese way. So, we can make some connection between two generations, our parent generation and our generation. We learn something about Vietnamese culture, so we can share some understanding with them. So I think that's fine. It will help you to grow in many ways, right? So, all right, today class, I would like to touch some topic, like we will talk about who's the Buddha, what is Buddhism, and some basic teaching of Buddhism. And also throughout the class, maybe in a year, we may learn the daily manner and the mindful practices, the thing that we practice at a temple. So maybe the class, it will take 1 year or so. Just keep like every month we will have the first Sunday, and from next month I will send out the topic of that month before, so you can have some idea first what we're gonna learn before you come into this class. But for today's class, I would like to have some introduction about the class that we learned, and also some very basic idea about Buddha and Buddhism for today's class. And what's the purpose of this course? Why you come here and why you want to learn Buddhism? Basically, we all Buddhists because our parents are Buddhists. Our grandparents are Buddhists. So they took you to the temple so you can learn some Vietnamese, some leader skill, and join gia đình Phật tử so you can learn với các anh chị, right? And also they want the tradition continue. I think that's really, really important mindset from your grandparent and your parent. That's why they take you to the temple. So the purpose of this class, I would like to train you to be more confident as a person. The persons here, we all have two identities, right? We are American and also we are Vietnamese. So that's really, really important to know who we are. who we are. So learning Buddhism, we will have some understanding, some skill, and also some tool to be confident as a person in both manner. Like as American, you learn from the school, you learn from các anh chị. But in the temple, we learn as a person. It means you learn something about the Vietnamese identity, the Vietnamese culture, the Buddhist culture, and how we live confident in this life. And I think that's really, really important for all of you, right? And also the second purpose, like how to be a proper Buddhist, a good Buddhist, and also we have achieved peace, happiness within ourselves, and also liberation within ourselves, the freedom within ourselves. That's the purpose of the class. And the third one, very detailed, it means like in here we can have some tool to overcome fear, uncertainty, some doubt, anxiety, depression, whatever you may call. So, we will have tools to overcome that by our practice, by our understanding the Buddha teaching. Ultimate goal of Buddhism, of a Buddhist, by, learning Buddhism for some time, and then you deeper your practice, deeper your understanding. And this one is the ultimate goal of all Buddhists, is to purify our mind. The Buddhist way is the way that we go inward to see our mind, what's going on in here, and how to deal with our emotion, how to deal with our feeling, how to deal with our negativity within our mind. So, the Buddhist way is the way we go inward to see what's going on in here, in this body, what's going on in this body, right? And this mind, and how to make the connection between your mind and body. Normally, and you chase after your emotion, chase after your feeling, your mind. So Buddhism, the Buddha, and all the teachers will teach you how to bring your mind back to your body, to be in one. Our mind back to the body. Our mind always have the tendency to go outward, chase after the object, chase after the feeling, the sensation, the emotion, chase after your thinking. So by practice Buddhism, you bring your mind back to your body to understand what's going on in this body. That's really important practice for all Buddhists. And by that practice, you can see the negativity in your mind. So you can purify your mind. And by purifying your mind, you can eliminate all trace of negativity quality like anger, hatred, jealousy, greed, arrogance, selfishness. Do you think you have hatred within your mind? Have you ever hate somebody? Yes, we all hate somebody sometimes. We feel uneasy sometimes. We feel uncomfortable sometimes, right? And you feel you really want something sometimes. And if you want something and you cannot achieve it, how do you feel? If you want something, you really want something, but your parents not allow you to have it. So how do you feel? You feel disappointed. You feel that your parents don't understand you, right? You feel that you need to grow up really fast so you can have that by yourself. Have you ever feel that? You want something, but your parents cannot provide you, or they not allow you to have it because they have their, they have their standard, they have their way of teaching. But at a time, within your mind, you feel anger, you feel disappointed, you feel that your parents don't understand you, you feel that, oh, my life, it's just that. I feel so sad with my life. I should do something in order to have that. For example, video games, right? Using the internet, you had to go to bed early, For example, those kind of things. Sometimes you feel really, really angry with your parents. So how to deal with those kind of emotions within your mind? How to deal with it? Buddhism will teach you how to do it. How to deal with your emotion. How to make yourself feel happier, more peaceful, more freedom within your mind. So that's the goal of Buddhism. That is the goal of this class. I hope you obtain something, feel something about this kind of practice. And also Buddhism is not teaching, it's not only teaching about this life, but also teaching something beyond this life. Right? It's not within this lifetime, but beyond this lifetime. And also we're talking something about the previous life. That's something we feel is really difficult to understand. But the more we practice, when somebody enlightened, they can see their past. They can see their future. Now we cannot see it, that's fine. That's fine. Actually, in this class, we try to understand the main teaching, the main practice, so that you can happiness, some peace within your mind. How to deal with the negativity within your mind. So that's the purpose of the class. And sư cô có, I received the email from các anh chị to see what you learned before. All of you here, I believe you know something about the life of the Buddha. Right? All of you, I believe. You know something about the life of the Buddha. So, okay, now I have a small test. Any of you can tell me a little bit about the life of the Buddha? Raise your hand. Anything about the Buddha?
He spent 6 years of his life eating 1 beer rice a day.
Yes. Yes.
Around his mid-30s, he was lying under the tree.
Okay, enlightened under the tree.
He spent 48 days under the Bodhi tree.
48? 49. So what's the name of the tree? What's the name? Bodhi tree? So what's the meaning of Bodhi? What is the meaning of Bodhi? And then another one. What's the meaning of Buddha? Why we call him Buddha? Anybody? Why we call him Buddha? And why that tree is called Bodhi tree? Okay.
Maybe because someone special planted it. Someone special planted the tree.
Why? Why we call that tree Bodhi tree? And why we call him Buddha? His name is Siddhartha, right? Siddhartha Gautama. His name is not Buddha. But why now we all call him Buddha? And the tree is just the tree. But because he sat under the tree and he got enlightenment, so we call that tree Bodhi tree. Do you know why? Bodhi means enlightenment. So under the tree, the Buddha got enlightenment. Buddha means enlightened one. awakened one. I hope you all remember that, why we call him Buddha. So how many Buddha that we have? How many Buddha that we have?
It's more than one.
Yes, more than one.
I'll say 3.
3? Who? Who are they?
Sorry. No. Good try.
That's, yeah, good try, but it's not the right answer. How many Buddha that we have? 10? Anyone else? How many Buddha that we have?
Three.
Who? Who are they? No, that's Tam Bảo. The name of the Buddha, some name. Ông Sư Thích Ca, Phật A Di Đà, Phật Quan Thế Âm. Anybody else? Con Bảo Nam hay Bảo An? Bạn này Bảo An ha. How many Buddha? Con biết bao nhiêu Buddha? 8. Now you start making up the number. Bao nhiêu? We have countless Buddha. We all have Buddha quality. We all have ability to become a Buddha one day. So that's why we have countless Buddha. Not only one Buddha, not only Bổn Sư Thích Ca Mâu Ni, Phật A Di Đà, Phật Di Lặc, Phật Dược Sư, but we have countless Buddha. And we are, each of you will become Buddha one day. We all have the quality to become Buddha. Why? Because we're gonna get enlightenment one day. Do you believe that you have ability to become a Buddha one day? Yes? Why? Just look at the Buddha life. He's a person. He's a human being. He has family. He has parents. He has his wife, right? He has his son. And he left his home and he meditated. He learned different teachers. He learned the philosophy, the teaching, the practice from different teachers. And then he practiced, he awakened. He knows what's the meaning of his life. He knows how to deal with his own emotion, his own feeling, and also his own mind. How to live his life as a whole person. And he overcome all fear, anxiety, uncertainty, doubt, anxiety, depression, all kind of negativity within his mind. So we call him enlightened one, because he have ability to do all those things. Can we do that? If we can do that, we can get rid of all of the negativity within our mind. We also can attain enlightenment like him. And also another quality of the Buddha, after God enlightenment, he teach the people, right? He show people the path, how to walk on this path, and how to achieve peace, liberation within your mind. Can we do that too? Yes. After we're learning, also we're sharing our understanding to other people, and also we can guide other people to have peace, happiness, and also feel the liberation within their mind. That's why we also have ability to become a Buddha one day. Right? So today we know that we have countless Buddha, and also each of us, every of us, we also have ability to become a Buddha one day. If we live with a awakened quality, enlightened quality within our mind. First, the Buddha means the awakened one or enlightened one, and also in terms of religion, we call him the founder of Buddhism, the religion of awakening. Shakyamuni Buddha, that's his name too. His family name Siddhartha Gautama. He's the founder of Buddhism, and he was born around the 5th century BCE. And about his life, more detail, we can talk later. But in short form, we can say that after witnessing the suffering of people outside the palace, he see the foreseen, and then he renounced his vow and began his journey to find the truth of life. And finally, he achieved enlightenment or nirvana after 6 years of meditation and also learning from different teachers. And he gained enlightenment under the Bodhi tree. This one marked the beginning of his role as a Buddha, the enlightened one. And then he spent the rest of his life teaching other people about his recovery and guide them toward the liberation from suffering. Suffering, we can understand that the pain, the stress, also our suffering. The stress, the pain, the uncomfy, uneasy thing that happen in your mind. They are all called suffering, dukkha. In detail, he was born in a royal family. His father là vua Tịnh Phạn Suddhodana, King Suddhodana, vua Tịnh Phạn. His mother name is Maya, Queen Maya. And you know, the king and the queen, they cannot have children for 20 years. So after 20 years of their marriage, and then the queen one night experienced a vivid dream where 4 divine spirits carry her away to the garden, and then they bade her anointed and dress her in white and bestow garland flower upon her. And then a white elephant appeared, and then in a dream circle her 3 times before entering her womb through the right side. And then the queen awoke in the next morning and knowing that she is pregnant at the moment. And you know, after some time, she needs to go back to her hometown to giving birth to the new baby, right? The new baby. And on the way back to her hometown, she giving birth to the Buddha. And the legend say that when he just was born, he walked. He's not like us. When we was born, we just whine. We don't know what's going on with our life. But in the story of the Buddha, when he was born, he can walk. And when he walked, you know, under his feet, see the lotus flower. So those stories tell that, like when he was born with the auspicious sign, it means some special persons was born in his life. You know, after he grown up, the king provide him a good life, a good education, a good training, and also with the luxury life, so that keeping him in the palace, because when he was born, some saint came to the palace and say maybe he will renounce everything. He will become a Buddha one day. So the king is really worried about it, That's why he provide the prince, the young prince, with all the luxury stuff in order to keep him in the palace, keep him in the worldly life, so that he can enjoy all the luxury in life. It's just like you guys now. Your parents provide everything for you, right? Not everything. Your parents provide you the food, provide you with good education, send you to school, buying you stuff, right? Okay. Okay, sometimes they force you to do stuff like what?
Really a lot.
Okay. And how do you feel about it?
I feel that it's compare about it. But they're doing this so you can learn from these things, so you can do that in the future without them telling you to do it.
I'm glad you know that.
Like they're kind of teaching that you should do these things.
Awesome.
You might not understand at first, but later you might understand.
Okay. Do you love your parents?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, glad to hear that. Awesome. Okay, anybody want to tell me your story like him? The Buddha got everything from his parents, just like we got everything from our parents. Luxury life. But when we got everything from our parents, we just enjoy what we have. We just take everything to be a better person, right? No? But something the Buddha did really different from us. Even though he has everything. But always in his mind, he keep thinking and keep asking himself, why I come to this life? After this life, where will I go? And why I was born this life? And there's so many things that happen in this life and I cannot control it. He has so many questions in his mind and no one can answer his question. So sometimes when he's at a very young age, only 6 years old, 6 years old, he sat under the tree and he sees that the bigger animal will eat the smaller animal, the smaller insect, and he sees that's the truth of life. Why? It's happened that way. And he keep asking why. No one answer that question for him. Anybody just say, just enjoy your life. Enjoy whatever I provide you. You don't need to think too far in your life. So, that's some quality that the Buddha has. Right? Some quality that the Buddha have. He always curious about life. What's going on in my life? Why it's happened that way? Why I was born in this life? And after this life, where should I go? And why I go there? Have you heard about the heaven? Have you ever heard about the heaven? The hell? The animal realm? Yes, right? Have you ever curious why some being will be reborn in heaven, some will be condemned in the hell, and some will be reborn as an animal? The bird, the chicken, the dog. Why? So the Buddha has all kind of questions about those kind of things. That's why he's not satisfied with his life, his luxury life. That's why he left home in order to find the truth. In order to find the truth, to ease his mind, to ease his curiosity. So he left home after he foreseen. He see an old man and he asking himself, and he asking his attendant, will I become an old man one day? And the attendant say, yes, sir, you will become an old man one day. And also the next thing, he see a sick person. Someone got a disease, right? And his skin looked very ugly. And then the Buddha also asked his attendant, will I get the sickness one day? When we're young, we don't have cancer, we don't have those kind of very, very, very tough disease, right? Like we can see in the hospital, they have all kind of disease, all kind of sickness. We don't experience yet, but the Buddha asking his attendant whether if in the future he will have sickness or not. The attendant say, yes, sir, you will have the sickness in the future. Sooner or later, you will experience that. And then on the next day, he went out the palace and see a corpse, that person. And he also very sad. And he asked his attendant, one day, will I die too? Will I disappear from this life too? And the attendant say, yes, sir, one day you will die just like anybody else. That's the truth of life. Do you know those kind of truth? We will old one day, getting old one day. Aging is the truth of life. And also we will get sickness one day. Have you ever get a cold, flu, feel aching? Have you had some kind of allergy on your skin? No? So we experience something uncomfy within this body. When we have this body, we have aging. We're growing up first, and then till the day we get aging and old age, and then decaying until the death came. The death just comes to any of us. So that's the truth of life. When the Buddha sees those kind of truth, he's very curious about himself. And he wants to get over that circle of life. Why I was born this life, why I live this life, and why I experience those kind of things, and why I will die one day just like anybody. And after dying, I may will continue to another realm, to be in another form, maybe a human being, maybe a deva, maybe a ghost, maybe an animal, just circling in the samsara. So Buddhism teaches us all these things. After God enlightenment, the Buddha have all the answer. All the answer. The thing that he curious before, the thing that he's really down before, after God enlightenment, he has his own answer. And he teaches us the answer. And also he teaches us how to terminate the circle of samsara. So we're not going back to this life again and again, experience different realm of this samsara world. So that's the final goal of Buddhism. That's why I say the Buddha not only teaching about how we live this life, but he also talk about how to go beyond that, beyond all that. So that's the story of the Buddha. Now, I show you some picture. This one Lumbini, where he was born. Where he was born. The Lumbini. On the way between Kapilavastu, between his kingdom and his mother kingdom. So he was born here. We have the sign. And here's the picture that he was born under the tree. And after God enlightenment, he spent 45 years or 49 years teaching the Dharma, teaching the way of life, teaching his own understanding, teaching all of his discovery, right? 45 years. And some traditions say 49 years of his teaching. And here we call Bodh Gaya, Bồ Đề Đạo Tràng, where he got enlightenment. Where he got enlightenment. Okay, now I show you the tree. The tree. Still alive now. And under the tree, you can see the seat where he sat there and meditate before he got enlightenment. The tree is really big. Now, if we go to India, you can see the tree. And inside the temple, inside this temple, this one, inside this building, you can see this statue of the Buddha. And this one we call Sarnath at Varanasi, Vườn Lộc Uyển, where the Buddha gave the first sermon, the first teaching for 5 students, 5 monks. Do you remember their name? That group? Who are they? Who are they? The 5 monks, 5 first monks. Because of them, we have Sangha, we have Tăng. Right? Tam Bảo, we have Phật, Pháp, Tăng. Phật, the Buddha, Pháp, the Dharma, Tăng, the Sangha. Because we have the first 5 monks, we have the Sangha, we have Tăng. Do you remember any of their name? One of the name. So in this place, the Buddha met the 5 monks, the first 5 monks, and then teach them the Dharma. Teach them like how to attain Arahant. And then the monks practice and attain Arahathood. And this place we call Vườn Lộc Uyển. Lộc Uyển is mean deer park. Because there's a lot of deer at the time in this park. That's why we call deer park, Lộc Uyển. The place that the Buddha turning the wheel of Dharma, start his teaching career in India. So you know, every year a lot of Buddhists came and visit, pay homage to this place to show gratitude to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. This one is the place that the Buddha entered Nirvana, where he's passing away. So he was born, he left home, he attained enlightenment, he teaching, and when he old, he passed away at his 80. So he lived in this life 80 years. 80 years living in this life. And here's the place that we bury him. And after his passing away, Buddhism spread all over Asia. And now it's spread all over the world. It spread to the United States, to Utah, and we have LIEN Temple. We have this temple because a lot of venerable bring the Dharma to different continents, different countries, introduce the teaching of the Buddha so that we can learn, we can purify our mind, we can understand ourselves, how to bring peace, happiness, and liberation within our mind. That's why all the monks, the venerable, and also even your parents, your grandparents try our best to bring Buddhism to the United States, bring to Utah. and build this temple. So we have the place, we learn about the Buddha teaching. We have a place to sharing our practice, right? So you can see now Buddhism everywhere. We learning just a little bit, we practice a little bit, so we transform our life a little bit. The more you learn, the more you understand, the more you practice, the more you find peace within yourself. That's my promise. Nguyện đem công đức này hướng về khắp tất cả đệ tử và chúng sanh đều trọn thành Phật đạo.